Brain health. This webinar is going to be very, very deep and really taking a profound shift of knowing, of being the master of your own body, of your own mind. And in this webinar, I'm going to be teaching you something which I feel is really, really crucial, that we master our own minds, that we become the master of our own minds. And we, just like we're practicing going to the gym or doing meditation, but really that we reconnect with each part of the mind and really go into it. So in this webinar, I'm going to be teaching you or bringing you on a journey into the mind. I'll be working with the amygdala, which really is the part which, how we relate to fear, stress, anxiety in life. And working through that by clearing this trauma from the amygdala, it's going to really bring a new relationship with life and emotions and how you deal with life, how you respond to life. So I'll be working with all the different sections of the brain and going deep into each part around our sensory system, how we see, how we feel, how we remember, how we relate to life. And going deep into this and then working with the neural pathways of how we've been programmed through a trauma-based response or old habits of protection, fear, anxieties, emotions, for example. So by working with the different sections of the brain, it will open us up to life in a new way. And then how we relate to life and how we relate to life also represents in the outer world how life relates to us, inner world, outer world. So in this webinar, I'm going to be really teaching you how to activate each section of the brain, first of all, by clearing it, and then going into it in a very, very deep way that you can feel each section of the brain and you can check in each day. Just like you're flexing your hand, for me, you should be able to flex each part of the brain and check in and see how it's doing and regulate it yourself and activate it. You really improve the blood circulation through the microcapillaries of the brain. And this is something I discovered years ago when I was working with people who had Alzheimer's or dementia, that I could see that you can change the system and they were not in specific gray areas within the brain, and the tissue was not receiving blood circulation, and the soul fragments were out. So then I started to work with activating the circulation of the brain through the microcapillaries and building that up, and then bringing the consciousness back into the organ itself, the brain. So for me, it really hit home when when I saw actually what my mom went through with dementia, that how, if we take things early before it progresses to that stage, we can really change it and we can really change the system. And while we're in this body, we can really regulate each muscle, each tissue, each part of the brain. So in this webinar, I'm going to be teaching you how to first, we'll be clearing it. We also will be working with clearing all the neural pathways, as I was saying earlier. We'll be working with also deep within fragmentation of trauma, where we've experienced trauma and the brain got fragmented, because that's where we start to forget, dissociate, come out. And when you come out, then the circulation slows down and then the organs are affected. So what I want to do is support you to really ground in the mind, ground the brain into the heart, into the gut, and allow you to master your own system and practice it daily. Make it part of your meditation to go into different parts of the brain each day. And it's really fun, it's really empowering to check in and sense how you're doing and how each part of the brain is regulated or not. And when it's out, you can really feel it's out, and then you can adapt it again, you can regulate it again yourself. So it's really about balancing your system, getting to know your system, getting to know when your brain is out of yourself, and then how to regulate it. So in this webinar, I'm going to teach you how to first clear it, regulate it, and then practice about building up the blood circulation and really going in till you can sense your spirit in there, the energy in there, the movement in there, the blood circulation in there, and harmony. So I'm looking forward to sharing these tools with you so you really master your own mind, your own brain, as you do your muscles, your yoga practice. This is something that is very fast, you can do each day, and it makes a difference. And it's so, so important to, while we're here, that we're very clear within the mind and we master our own mind and we nourish it and take care, maintain the brain. For me, the maintenance is very, very important to maintain the brain, to feel the frontal lobe each day, to feel the left hemisphere, right hemisphere, to feel the amygdala, to feel the pineal gland, to feel the pituitary gland. So all these parts open up and are alive, healthy, aware, nourished, connected, and all interconnected with the whole being through the heart. This is what this webinar is about. I have other webinars for working with the nervous system, for working with genetics, for working with body memory fields. But this specific webinar, I want to focus on the mind because I feel it's really, really important to practice, to connect, and to really harmonize the brain. So this is what this one's about. So I look forward to teaching this to you, to have that journey of dropping into your own mind, having that travel within your system that you can drop in daily yourself without me. And then you can really discover how you're doing and to regulate your system. It's important to regulate your system. When you feel the mind is out, you can regulate it and ground it. And this is really, really crucial for brain health. So I look forward to seeing you at this webinar. If it resonates with you and you'd like to have these tools and like to take sovereignty of your own mind. So I look forward to seeing you at this webinar. Have a beautiful weekend.